This is what narcissists think of you when you finally leave. And I know a lot of you, you've been with a narcissist, you thought things were bad. You thought that they had already disrespected you bad enough, as though it couldn't get any worse, as though they couldn't sink any lower. But there's really no limits when you're dealing with narcissists. Because remember, they are all about themselves. They are self-absorbed and they lack empathy. They don't care about anyone else. They don't care about what you're going through. The only thing that matters to them is their feelings. And when you leave, in the beginning, they may just think that you are very stupid and foolish. They may just see you as an idiot because they are very arrogant and delusional. And they may think that it's just a matter of time until you come back around. But as time goes by, it starts to sink in. They start to realize that you're not coming back. And by that point, they will be out to get you and to bring you down. Initially, you may not have experienced so much from them. It may have seemed like they had calmed down. But once you display and demonstrate your independence, at that point they know that there is no going back. And at that point they will do whatever it takes to destroy you. Because when you leave them, they're not going to support you. They're not going to look at it like that. They're going to see it as an attack, an insult, as though you know something they don't know, you're hiding things from them, another life, and you're keeping all of these things from them, or you're using it to hurt them. And then they're going to want to lash out at you. They're going to want to come after you. And they're going to try to make you regret your decision. The very thing that hurt them, you leaving, they're going to try and twist it around to try to make it hurt you. To make you think that it was the worst decision you ever made. As though you should just turn back and give up. Maybe go back to them, maybe accept their Hoover attempts. But if it's already been so much time that's gone by, and you've done all of these things without them, and they've already gone on their campaign against you, then they know there's no going back after that. Because they already know that the things they've done are harmful, damaging, dangerous. Yes, they know all of these things, and they recognize that that type of behavior would never warrant the two of you reuniting again. They already know that you would never accept them after what they've done to you. They already know that even if, despite all of the skeletons they have in their closet, they did somehow manage to come clean, they still would not be able to trust you. They would be very paranoid and hypervigilant. They would be terrified that you are going to take revenge. Yes, they would be terrified of that, because they know and they understand all of the things that they have done to you. Yes, they understand that. Although they may not always think that that was the reason why you left. As I said, they are very arrogant and delusional. They're not going to accept that they did anything wrong. They're going to deny it, they're going to project it, they're going to shift the blame onto you. They're going to gaslight you and everyone else around them so that they can enforce their flying monkeys and continue their campaign against you. So they will live in constant denial. They're never going to accept it. They're just going to try and turn it on you and use it as something to hurt you. That's all that they're going to do. It's never going to be something that clicks in their mind to where they accept and they take accountability for what they've done. They're never going to do that. That is never going to happen. Although you may wish that they could just come back and come clean and things will be okay again, but no. It's never going to work out that way for you and them. That is never going to happen. No matter how much you may wish that it would and could. Because they've already done so many things wrong. They look at it like, how can I go back now after everything that I have done? After all of these mistakes that I have made? And then they know they can't reverse the damage that they have done. They can't undo it. And you can't unsee the things that you have seen. They know that it's too late. So all they can do is keep walking. Continue on their path, their course. Even though it may not be incentivized, it may not even be good for them. And they may know deep down that it would have been a lot better if they had just cooperated with you from the very beginning. Yes, deep down, of course, they know that. That is why they are so much in denial. That is what initiates the process of denial in their minds. It's the fact that they knew you were right all along. You were always right. But they just can't accept it. They deny the truth and reality because they just don't want it to be true. And yet they twist it around on you and try to use it as something to hurt you, when they know fully well that something was not right. Something does not add up. Something does not make sense. And they know that. But all they can do is manipulate you and use it to hurt you and try to turn your own independence against you. But they're never going to come clean and tell you the truth. The reality that, yes, of course, it's something they think about. It's something that bothers them deep down. Of course, at some point they came to this conclusion where they thought that if they really were so good to you, if they were really treating you right, then why would you want to leave? Why wouldn't you want to stay and try to cooperate with them? Why wouldn't you have done that from the very beginning? Of course, at times, deep down in the back of their minds, they do consider that. They would have to. But the reality is that, yes, they are in denial. And the reason why they're in denial is because they deny any involvement, any accountability. And that is never going to change. It's never going to change. They are always going to be that way. And there's nothing that you or I can do about it. They're always going to be like that. But there is one thing that you can do. And this is what I advise you to do, is to continue on your purpose. Continue doing what you know you should do. Yes, they will try to take you off your path, because they're in denial, they're very insecure, and deep down they doubt themselves. They have no purpose of their own, so yes, that's what these types of people do. People who have no purpose of their own. They want to try and take other people off their purpose. But you have to continue doing what you know is right. That doesn't mean that you have to isolate yourself and just avoid everyone. No, that's not what that means. You continue doing what you know is right. You continue to love yourself, practice self-care. You continue to show empathy for other people. You continue to go out and spend time in nature. You continue to do all of those things as you were doing before. They will try to take you off your path, and in some situations there isn't much you can do about that. You just have to accept it. And if you get taken on off your path, then that happens. And then you've just got to get back on whenever you can. And you just continue along like that. You go off your path, you come back on. You go off again, you come back on again. It may not be how you imagined it to be. It may not be the smooth ride that you expected. But that's okay. You can still get back on. It's no excuse, there's no justification for it. For you to just walk off your path and do something different to what you originally intended to do. Because if you go and do that for a long enough amount of time, it will begin to affect you. It will begin to bring you down. That is the biggest mistake that you will ever make, is going off your purpose in life. Your God-given purpose that you know you came here to do. And yes, these narcissists, these minions, as I like to call them, they are also doing what they came here to do. To take people off their path, instead of supporting and encouraging them. And that's just the way the world is today. Just look at it, just look around and see what people are doing these days. Numbing themselves with alcohol and drugs. Going to nightclubs every week. Having unprotected sex, getting STIs. They're doing all of these things. And this is what is being promoted in the world. This is some alternative way of living. To distract yourself, escapism, develop these unhealthy coping strategies. And deep down, I think we all know why. The reason why is so that you don't realize the truth. And the truth is that yes, they are trying to take you off your path. You may not fully know where that path leads, but that's just it. It's not about the destination, is it? It's about the journey along the way. So yes, you must continue along your path. I can tell you that you shouldn't let them take you off it. But as we know, when you set a boundary, narcissists do not like boundaries. They prefer dysfunctional environments. They need all of the doors, the gates to be open so that they can roam free and infest and enmesh and do whatever they need to do so they can run wild. It has to be boundaryless so that they can get supply. That's just how it has to work for them. But as I said, to the best of your ability, because you are still a responsible adult, to the best of your ability, you must try to stay on your path and try to set some form of a boundary the best that you can to maintain a healthy relationship with yourself and the higher power that you believe in. Because to them it is all just a game. It's a joke. They don't take life seriously. And they never will. Because they genuinely believe that their actions in this life will not impact the hereafter. Which of course makes them very dangerous people to be around. Anyone with that mindset, you should never associate yourself with anyone over a long period of time who does not believe. You should never associate with anyone like that. And clearly, this person has shown you time and time again that they do not believe, that they do not value the things that should be valued in life. And I think we all know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. But this is just how it is. And there's no way that you can get through to them. There's no way that you can show them. You can't just give them a taste of their own medicine. You can't just repeat their actions, because then they're just going to accuse you. They're going to blame you. And they're going to look at you as the bad guy. And then they're just going to turn against you even more. So like I said, just continue on your path. They may not like it that you're leaving. But what else can you do? Stay around and get beaten down, abused. As I said before, your body is your temple. And your mind, your soul, you must protect it from harm. That is your duty, that is your responsibility. Sometimes that may not always be an option, and I understand that as well. But as I said, you must do it to the best of your ability, despite any external sources. Despite any external sources. That's still no excuse. You must still continue on your path. Follow along your journey the best that you can. Because this is your mission in life. Narcissists, they came here to take you off your mission, off your path. That is their purpose. And the sooner that you recognize that, the easier that it will be for you to cut them off and walk away. Because once you realize that, you will lose all hope in them. You really will. I hope this message was helpful for those of you who can perceive and understand it. If it resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And subscribe. If you'd like to book a one-on-one with me, you can do that from my website. It is narcsurvivor.co.uk. And check out my Instagram as well. I have new pictures and videos of my travels every day on there. So check that out when you have time. It's Narc Survivor YouTube and Instagram. Other than that, that's all I've got to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you in another one very soon.